Greetings. My name is Miss Johnelle Dufour, and I am the High School Teacher of the Year for the Louisiana Virtual Charter Academy. Thank you for being here with me today, and I do sincerely hope you enjoy the video. A little bit about me. Louisiana Virtual Charter Academy is based out of the Community School for Apprenticeship Learning District. Mouthful to say, I know. And as an educator, I'm most passionate about learning. Sounds quite simple, right? And it is. My commitment to furthering my educational background can be contagious, both to myself and others around me. And my energy and devotion tends to spill over into my classroom all of the time. And I don't wish to just be considered the mediocre teacher to my students. I wish to be considered only exceptional. Now, the lesson you're going to see today is based off a 10th and 11th grade class, and specifically my Algebra 2 class. The curriculum we use for this course is the Stride K-12 powered curriculum. And within this lesson, we did only 2 objectives. It was a very short unit. And these objectives included the students solving problems that involved writing and then following up with solving linear inequalities in one variable. And they were also introduced to the world of systems of equations once again, but this time with 3 linear equations and 3 variables. Needless to say, they were a little overwhelmed. These objectives demonstrated the standards, Algebra 2 standards, the AREI C6 standard, and the A2 ACD-A1 standard. A couple of things to note though. This unit was a segue into Algebra 2, so it did contain a few Algebra 1 skills, specifically solving systems of 2 equations and 2 linear equations in 2 variables. And students had the option to use any method that they chose. Now, previously, we did go over solving compound inequalities that were either disjunctions or conjunctions of 2 linear inequalities. And we also represented the solutions to those in one variable, either on a graph or in that interval notation. A couple of adaptations were made for the course. One of the most common ones is that we record every single lesson for absent students so that they can view it at any given time. This is also great for students who did attend class and just wanted to watch the recording over again. I also enabled an incognito mode for our students who were quite uncomfortable to request assistance in the class. So their names are all hidden from you. And this is specifically to tailor to students in this virtual background who basically chose virtual education because of social anxieties or bullying or health conditions. So we tailor these lessons so that they can best engage in them the way they feel comfortable. So I hope you enjoy watching this lesson, and I'll catch you at the end of today's recording. I'd also like to preface that in this recording, most of our students participate via the chat, which is unfortunately not recorded in our recordings. So what you're going to hear me do is respond a lot to students who are responding in chat. I do have some that are on video, but they prefer to be hidden away. So you will only hear a few of them that decide to chime in. But for the most part, the participation is mostly found through the live chat and polling.
Alrighty, so to start off this problem, I want y'all to look at the answer choices first, because I'm trying to get y'all into that tactic of eliminating right off the bat. Is there an answer choice that looks like one of these things are not like the other? Can y'all tell which letters don't fit in for these answer choices? I'll give you a hint. There's 2 of them. G, definitely. Yes. Caitlin, yes. Rachel, yes. G. There's one more. I can see the reasoning behind F, right? So G doesn't fit in because it's missing a whole number right here. Like, where the heck did it go? Like, okay, got it. All right. I love how y'all are saying letter F as well. Y'all notice the numbers in letter F match up with the numbers that are in the problem itself. That doesn't logically make sense, right? Because you haven't even solved it yet, and those numbers didn't go anywhere. Does it make sense? So goodbye, letter F. There's one more, actually. Y'all got him. Nailed him. Yeah, the letter K. He's the only one with the word or. He's just like, sup, guys. Like the person who made this question was like, they gave up. They're like, I don't know what else to put. Let me let me put this. Yeah, the or one does not fit in because this is an and inequality. Y'all see how there's two inequality signs? Ors don't have that. So that immediately gets him out the picture. With 3 answer choices eliminated right off the bat, we've got a 50-50 shot. So I'm going to give y'all polling, give you a second to see if you can solve this guy. Whenever you're ready, don't feel rushed, giving you your minute. Alrighty, here we go. Yeah, dude, somebody holy married letter C. Whoever you are, I appreciate you. Thank you. You're just like, I love it. Okay, y'all, look at this tie. Woof. All right, we gotta see what the heck happened here. Okay, I see how you're going with this, Lav. All right. So yeah, and Rachel, please take us away. If you want to walk us through the steps of solving this bad boy, I will write as we go as you walk us through it. So what should be our first step? Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a second computer with my work over here, so I'm gonna like basically look over here. So what I first did was I subtracted 1 from all 3 sides so we can get the 3x or negative 3x now by itself. And so you should have negative 6 is less than negative 3x, which is less than 9. So now I had to do this twice because the first time I kind of messed up because I divided by 3, and so I ended up with j instead of h. So to avoid that mistake, you have to divide all the sides by negative 3 and then switch the signs, which sometimes for me can get confusing when I have to switch them. So when you do that and you switch the signs, you should get negative 3 is less than x, which is less than 2, which is h, and the right answer.
Yes. I love your explanation. Like, obviously people love your explanations, Rachel, so thank you so much. It allows you to raise your hand, and that will alert me, and I'm going to jump to the slide that you're on and interact with you on that page. All right? So if you need help, I am here to jump in at any point. The coolest thing. So you don't have to put it in chat. You just raise your hand. It's so dope. After a few minutes of y'all working on your own, I'm gonna open it up for other people to help, other students to help you if I can't get to you. So if you've been like, you've worked through a problem and you saw that one of your classmates is stuck on question 3 still, you'll get a little hand raise notification like I do, and you can jump to that student. The cool thing is, they won't know who you are, you won't know who they are. It's all incognito. So like Brave Bookworm could be helping Clever Cat. So it keeps that stress off of you. Like nobody's going to know if you need help, if you're nervous to ask for it. So it's all gravy, y'all. It's all gravy. Okay, I'll be quiet. I'll put up a timer. It'll be 2 timers. 1 timer for you to be on your own working. The second timer will be when I open up so you can help other people if you want. And I will obviously be around helping too. I'm not just going to sit here and stare at the wall. Second timer is coming down now. If at any point you raise your hand, you can expect help from either me or a classmate now. And we got 5 more minutes. I'll let us keep working. -4 and 8 are my two numbers. Take a look at that beautiful little inequality. Y'all see how the -4 is right next to the less than or equal to inequality? So what kind of dot should we have at -4 if he's right next to the less than or equal to sign? Open or closed dot? Most definitely. He gets a closed dot. All right. Got you, -4. All right. Now go over to the 8. You guys see how he's right next to the regular less than sign? Yeah, so he gets an open dot at 8. The cool thing with the and inequalities is you're shading in between the dots. Don't shade in opposite directions. Yay! And lavender, yeah, nailed it, chick. Nailed it. Yeah. So now that you have the visual, interval notation's going to come into play. So start with the furthest left that you have on your number line. The furthest left this goes is -4, and he's got a solid dot. So because he's solid dot, he gets a brachie, the -4. It's so useful, so useful. And then the furthest right that it's shaded is 8, and it's an open dot, so 8 gets parentheses. All right, I'm just going to do a quick polling. How you guys feeling about this stuff? Let's do a little smiley face. How do you think you are feeling about this content? Where smiley face is you're like, I'm probably ready for the test today. Straight face is, let me go work on this study guide a little bit more and see how I feel. I might take it today, I might take it tomorrow. And sad face is, not ready, no ma'am. Let me wait till the last minute. Study guide scary kind of deal. I'll give y'all a few seconds and then wrap up with some announcements. All right, y'all take a look at this. I'm going to present the polling. Not a single sad person in this room. Either that or the sad people are hiding. But that's okay. Still love you. This makes me so happy to see straight faces and smiley faces. Oh, y'all are making this Monday so much more better for me. Thank you. Thank you. It's wild, right? Okay. It's called having an absurd amount of energy on Monday morning. Don't know where it's coming from because that single cup of coffee didn't do it. I don't know what's going on.
Hi. So thank you for watching. Once again, it's a debrief about the ending of this lesson. I want to preface with it's been, well, not preface, but state that it's quite difficult to show the level of engagement that occurs in a virtual environment because it kind of happens all behind closed doors in a sense, and that only the teacher at the moment can kind of see what's going on. I did have multiple monitors running at the same time during that lesson, and the section of the lesson where I opened up the floor for peer-to-peer feedback. That did happen with a couple of our students, but I was recording the slide of a basic student view when I thought I did the actual sharing of the feedback. But nonetheless, it did happen behind the scenes, and most of this stuff is not ever caught on live screen. The trouble with virtual, right? So the lesson objectives, though, were met as determined over a period given to complete the exam by the end of the week. So overall, I was able to at least gather the confidence levels of majority of my students who did seem to feel very good about wanting to take the test that day. The students who did not master the content will be assigned to the small group sessions, remediated, and then offered another attempt to show that mastery. And just to kind of give you an idea of how that the lesson objectives were obtained, 17 of the 28 students did complete the test by the time I made this recording, and that's 60% of the class so far has taken it, and only 2 students have not met those objectives thus far. So those 2 students would be the ones that I would be inviting to our small group sessions next week to get them to take the exam once again to show mastery. So overall, pretty excellent mastery percentages rocking on their first unit. So we're going to have a lot of students starting off pretty strong for the semester, building their confidence way early on. What I would like to try differently with this lesson is to allocate more time to have those volunteers present their work, much like our student did at the beginning for the bell ringer, and explain their thought processes. The chat was blowing up with feedback to that one student about how well she did and that she explained it so that they really understood the mistake she explained she made. Um, like I mentioned, even the chat's not recorded, so you're missing all of the good conversation happening there as well. Um, Nonetheless, it obviously kept my energy up in the class, me laughing and definitely keeping conversation with them the whole time. Promise I wasn't just talking to myself. Thanks again, and have a good one.